Are you all doing today? Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you? It's Monday, guys. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. And I'll close this window. Welcome. Today, let's talk about something that it's really important. Something very important is what we're talking about today. Why are our earners broke? Why? Why did that happen? That's what we want to talk about because, and then we'll talk about how to fix it. Have you ever heard of a situation, or you have met someone, or it could also be you, where you make decent money, okay, you make six-figure salary, or you make decent money, but you still feel financially stuck, right? You probably would have seen that, and that's what we want to talk about today. Um, you have good salary, a good career, yet you still wealth still feels far away. Today would explain why this happens, and it happens so frequently. It happens so many times, and let us discuss how to fix it. That's what we're going to be talking about today. How are you? Let me know where you're connecting from. And I'd love to meet you, by the way. And if you're meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals build lasting wealth. I teach them, we talk about processes and steps um, to build real wealth. Okay? Because we all understand that salary, it just pays bills. It's assets that gives freedom. Asset builds freedom, salary pays bills. It's about, and it's not a function of how much you earn, it's a function of what you do with that income. And that's part of the reason why we have some of the wealthy, like the some of the high income earners not building wealth. So how are you today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Back to the rat race, back to the grind, right? Back to the rat race, back to the grind. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. And thank you all for sharing the life. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello, happy Monday. Let me know where you're connecting from. Thank you for joining the live. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about one of the big problems that we have, about finance. Okay, most professionals we see instances of so many professionals working really hard, making good, decent money, but guess what? They are still feeling stuck when it comes to finances. And that's what we want to address today. Okay, you probably have met someone, or it could be you, that I'm making money, I'm working really hard, but still, it's still, still wealth is still far away. I still feel financially stuck. And we want to address, we want to understand why, and then give tips on how we can address that. Okay, give tips. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing that because you're going to be learning quite some significant things that's going to change your financial story. You're right. Financial story. It is the millionaires are not created from another planet. They are amongst us, right? That's the more reason. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I help professionals build real wealth. Okay, that's what I do, and that's how I help people. My goal is to, as much as possible, to help as many people to about their finances, and of course use it for the right things, obviously, because if you need to be able to make sure that you are taking care of your time wealth, okay, ability to live life at your own terms, having your health wealth, making sure you are eating right, having good health, having some mental health. All of those things are the things that I talk about. Okay, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, and we will go straight into it. So today we're talking about why our earners still feel broke, okay, even though they are making decent income, right? And how do we fix this issue? That's what we're talking about. And you probably would have met someone, either your friend or your family, you would have met them, and somebody probably would have said, I make good money, I work so hard, but I still feel financially struck. Trust me, it is not your fault. It's because of what we were taught, and that's what we want to talk about today, to see how we can change that narrative. So you want to, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And we'll go straight into it. Let me know where you're connecting from, by the way. Let me know where you're connecting from. I am in Texas, in United States. That is where I am connecting from today. Um, so it's so good to have you. So good to have each and every one of you. And today we're going to be solving this big problem once and for all. Hi, Sania. Hi, how are you? Understanding that it is not how much you earn. Sania, where you joined connecting from? I am in Texas. Jade, Janoy, welcome. Sania, are you good? Awesome. Where are you connecting from? I am in Texas, in the United States. And today we are talking about. So definitely we're talking about why are some profession why do people earn good income or decent income but they're still financially stuck? You probably would have heard maybe a family or a friend, or it could even be you, that, oh, you're in Texas, awesome, welcome. And JD says, I'm in California, welcome. Consider subscribing. We're talking about, you probably would have met someone, maybe colleague or friend or you, where you would say, you know what, I'm making decent money, but I am still looking, I'm still financially stuck, right? And that's what we want to talk about. Why do people, after making so much, you work so hard for your money, you are putting all of the hard effort. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're putting all of the hard effort, but then you're still working so hard, but you are still feeling financially stuck. Okay? So that's what we want to talk about today. Okay. Consider subscribing if you haven't, because the goal is we're going to resolve this issue, and because I help people build real wealth. Okay, I'm not here to sell any product, I'm just here to make the society better. Thank you. Thank you. It's actually for my it's for my I'm short-sighted. So but thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm also getting the TT community on the other side. So you probably will be hearing me talk about to them from time to time as well. But it's so good to have you. Awesome. Awesome. So put in the comment section if you have ever had that situation where you have met someone, they work really hard, or you worked really hard, and you realize that you are not making decent money. You are making decent money, but you're still feeling financially stuck. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing that. Thank you all for sharing the life, and welcome here. Okay, so one of the big problem that we have is that most professionals rely on one stream of. Oh, that's you. Trust me, it is not just you. Trust me, it's not just you. There are a lot of, and I'm trying to get my, okay, trying to get some juice. It's not just you. And it's not your own fault. It's not anybody's fault that this is happening. A lot of professionals are in this category. You'll be so surprised. People earning 200,000, 300,000. Even at some point, I was earning that decent, like 270,000. And I realized that I was literally, hi, Ebony. I was literally just, trying to do paycheck to paycheck. And you'll be wondering, where is this money going? And that's what we want to address today. Let's talk about it. Yeah, thank you so much. I love you too. Thank you. That's what we want to address today. How do we do this? How do we do this? Because number one, most professionals rely on one stream of income. We always think about it's 300,000, it's 400,000, it's 200,000, regardless. You're never going to go for it. I just did, by the way. You can go check me up on Instagram, okay? I just got a 400,000 views. Go check it, Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and consider subscribing if you haven't as well. Okay? Yes, it's one of those amazing ones that I just got over, and it's still going. 400,000. Just go check it and subscribe and follow as well on IG and TikTok. Money Talk with Dr. Lina. All right. And it's also always about virality as well. It's all about, hi, Stephanie. It's not about virality. It's about helping as many people as possible. Even if it's just one, two, three people that is able to become a millionaire through this process, I will do that. Virality without purpose, without adding value is just total, whenever I'm not able to add value. By the way, I'm Dr. Lina. Oh, thank you. I'm Dr. Lina. If you're just, thank you, Stephanie. If you're just meeting me the first time, Dr. Lina, I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm a vice president of technology, and of course, I'm also teach lecture, as an actual professor teaching AI cybersecurity. But I'm a serial investor. Okay, I'm a serial investor, and that's one thing I am bringing the professional world to help some other professionals, because understanding the salary will help you. Salary helps you pay your bills. Asset is what helps you build the freedom. And the goal is financial freedom. That is the goal. And I just want us to understand that the goal is financial freedom. And today, why are most professionals, why are they not building wealth? What is keeping us stuck? Okay, as professional, that is what we're all doing, regardless of how much you're earning 500,000, 300,000, 50,000 is the same thing. So number one problem that I always say is that one income stream. We get our salary, and I have my, let me use this as my illustration. This is actually from my daughter. She likes art. So, number one, we all get one income stream. We get our salary. That's all that we get, salary. And then we take the salary and we use it to fund the lifestyle. Just if you follow me, salary will fund the lifestyle. That's basically what we do. But it is not anybody's fault. Trust me, it is not your fault. This is what our parents were taught. This is what we are also learned. Even in school, this is what we were taught. Go to school, who is familiar with this? Go to school, get a good job, and you will be fine, right? Go to school, get a good job, and you'll be okay. All right? That's what we were all taught, right? But how is that working? That's part of the reason why we are struggling right now. Or you will see that most professionals are struggling when it comes to building wealth. Okay, so you take the salary, okay, one income stream, and then you just keep buying a house. You buy a nice car, okay, you buy nice glasses, like me, and you buy a nice purse. You go on those vacations, and but guess what? Why that is not a problem? The problem there is that if this income stop, no matter how much, if this income stop, then this lifestyle almost stops. Okay, and that is lack of financial peace. That's why some of us get stressed. That's why some of us don't have financial income. Thank you all for sharing the live, and thank you all for sharing the live. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for all of the likes. So, but this is what we were taught, right? So it's not your fault, really, not your fault. You have done exactly what you were taught in school. Nobody taught us how to get this, and this is what is called the rat race. This is what is called hamster wheel. This is what is called paycheck to paycheck. Just doing this. Salary, income. Salary, lifestyle, and it's just the same thing, right? So that's number one thing, just having one income stream, okay? Because salary can pay bills, right? Understand, salary will pay bills, it will take care of you. Salary will take care of your bills, okay? But rarely does it build wealth. Salary rarely builds wealth. It's about what you do with that salary. That's what can build wealth. If you are just simply taking the money and you are funding the lifestyle, it's impossible to build wealth. You are just going to live a good life. That's it. But what does the wealthy do instead? Or to build wealth, what should you do instead? We will be talking about that right here. So you want to stick through if you haven't, okay? We want to stick through because wealth is built in a different way. You have this salary. If you take some of this salary, let me remove this, get this off the way. If you take some of this salary and you keep it, instead of using it to fund all the lifestyle, and you call this places delayed gratification, that's what it's called. Because right now, instead of you to spend everything on lifestyle, you're saying that I'm going to delay myself and I'm going to use some of it to build wealth. And that's number one, because when you use some of it to build wealth, it means that you now created another stream of income. That's what it means. You have moved from getting just one stream to two streams. This is one stream, this is another stream. And now both of them can fund the lifestyle versus just one funding this lifestyle. It means that if you are not there, if you are not working, it means that you cannot fund the lifestyle. It means that if the job is no longer there, you cannot fund the lifestyle. If this job is not there to, but this is there, you can still fund this lifestyle. And that is what is called financial freedom. That's how financial freedom is built. Thank you all for sharing the live. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for the follow. All right. So, how do you now? Wealth is built in a different way. Okay. Wealth, if there's anything you want to understand from this life, wealth is built through different way. And what is this? What does this simply mean? It means that, okay, before we go into wealth building into different ways, if you want to build wealth, like here on this asset side, basically what you're doing is you have to think of your income, which is this. You think of your assets, because this asset is going to give you cash flow, which is another stream of income. When you get the cash flow, the asset that is working, it doesn't require it to be there. Okay. When it generates cash flow, it doesn't require it to be there. So you can generate unlimited income, unlimited from asset, but there's nothing unlimited here. The minute you are not there, the minute the job is not there, that's when it ends. But with assets, you don't need to be there. It just generates cash flow automatically, like a clockwork. Now it's not going to be the what's it called? The 9 to 5. It's not going to be the clockwork, right? Every day, either is the one waking up every morning and doing the job instead of you, right? Just think about it that way, right? But the beautiful part of it is that you can still be here and still be here at the same time. You can still be having assets and still be at your pay job and be growing it. Guess what? That's how you are doubling your income. That's how you are increasing your income. And that is how wealth is built. Now, let's talk about some of the reasons, because you might be thinking, but Dr. Lina, this is a no-brainer. Like, this is whatever you're saying. Queen B, welcome. It's been a minute. You like, but whatever you are saying, that's just a no-brainer. So why are people, why are professionals? We are smart, right? We are all smart people. We are making money. We know how to go about it. But how come we are not doing it? Part of the reason, or how come I know it, but I cannot do it? Number one, lifestyle creep, lifestyle inflation. Guess what? You got a salary increase last by January. What did you do with it? Your salary, your expenses also went up. You got a bonus at the beginning of the year. What happened to it? It's okay. What are your thank you for sharing the live, and thank you for subscribing, thank you for the follow, and thank you for the likes. So what did you do? It simply means that as your salary is increasing, as your salary is increasing, or as your income is increasing, your expenses is chasing it. It's chasing it. It's chasing it. So you are just leaving to work, right? You are leaving to work, and it's just important to change that mindset, because if we're just working to pay bills, always think about something. There was one of my posts, and you can check it on IG. Right now, it's almost at 400,000 views in 3 days. Like 400,000 views, where I literally just said, "This is you take these dollars," and I'm going to. I think I have some dollars here. Like you literally take these, and you can check it on Instagram. Is almost 400,000 views. $100. This is $100. That is somebody's, or was it $200? That is somebody's life. 10 hours of somebody's life. Just think about it. This your life, one life that you have. 100. This is just what is what 10 for 10 hours of your life. So when you have this $10, I mean this $200, this $200, this is, just think about it. This is your life that has gone, and you have traded it for what? You traded it for these little green dollars. That's all that you traded your 10 hours of your life for. All right. But guess what? Some of us can sit in one at a sitting. We can finish this $200. I mean, for sure, I know of this $100. Some people would sit, and the $100 will be gone. That's 5 hours of your life. The minute that clicked in my head, that's when I got it. That's when I started doing better with my money. And I think maybe that's what really got people attention. You can go check it. It has 400,000 views in 3 days. I posted it on Saturday. Right now, it's almost 400,000. The last I checked it. So It means that, just think about it, $200, 10 hours of your life. It means that your 5 hours, you probably, what's the time right now? This is 12. It's going to be 5 hours since 8 a.m. that you have been working Central Time. I'm in Texas, so this is Central Time. It means that for somebody that is earning 2 hours, $20 an hour, this is what your life has worth. This is the worth of your life for that 5 hours. This is $100, just one paper. How do I have one-on-one with you, please? Oh, absolutely. You can go on my page. What's it called? I think I have Stan Store. You can see it in my bio, and you can just book a one-on-one, right there. So this is $100. This is 5 hours of your life. You could have been in your house today, being on the TV, or just being on one island, sipping coconut water and enjoying your life. But guess what? You cannot, because you have to pay the bills. If you are not there, if you don't show up, the bills will not be paid. But I'm saying that, what about this same $100? You are still getting it, but guess what? You are getting it, but you are still able to go on the island sipping coconut water. You are not, but right now the reason why you are that work 5 hours of today is because of this. If you are earning $20 an hour, right? If you are earning $40 an hour, or my IT whatever, or my nurses, or my $40 an hour is pretty decent, right? This is it of your life. So understanding that, right? Understanding that, what should you do with this money? Some people would sit and this $200 will finish today. So the minute that click in my brain, that's when I started doing something differently. So what do you do differently? Take 50 of it, put it aside, because it's my life. I'm going to put 2.5 of my life, 2.5 hours of my life, 50%. I'll put it towards something else that is going to generate income. I would spend the 100 this today. For my life of today. But I'll put this one towards my future, towards my assets, towards other things that will generate income for me, such that I'll be able to step off the hamster wheel and the paycheck to paycheck. It's as simple as that. But guess what? We were not taught in school. We were not taught in college. Nobody taught us how to build wealth. They just taught us how to make this $200, but they did not teach us the missing link to build wealth, which is take some of this money and put it towards investing. Safe investing, not the risky one, not get rich quick scheme, and be patient and be consistent. Lifestyle creep is number one thing that is keeping most professionals or most high earners, from building wealth. They're spending everything. 5 hours of their life on a sitting, it's all gone. All right? Because this is, some courses are way more, I don't even want to go there. Then number two is that some high earners do not have asset strategy. No asset strategy. That's the second thing. What does this mean? Some people know that, okay, you know what, I need to save. So if you are doing that, good job. You already know that, okay, I am taking 50 out of this money, I'm taking it aside. Fantastic. You have done well. But guess what? They just keep this 50, this half of the money, they put it in savings account. How many of us, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, you put your money inside that account. That's all that you do. Well, unfortunately, you'll be okay, but you will not still build wealth. Okay? Number one, first step is for you to start putting money aside. Number two is, if you are just saving, you are just going to be okay, but you will not build wealth. Okay? It's better than not saving at all. So most of the professionals, they put money in savings account. They will say that I do not want to lose it. Thank you, Tammy. How are you today? It's most of my high income earners. I had one that literally had 500,000 in her account. I'm not kidding. 500,000, and Bank of America had to call her to say that, that FDIC is only going to insure up to 250,000. So for some of you that have in all those banks, and you have more than $250,000 sitting in there, you know that if any fraud happens, or you would lose. The only thing that the bank is able to pay back is up to 250,000, because that's the limit that you are insured to. Anything above that, it's at your own risk. So understand that, okay? So you taking some of this, and some of us put it in savings account. So if there's anything you want to learn from here, and you are meeting me for the first time, my gift to you is that, first of all, go and move some of your money, put it in an IU savings account. I know you are very afraid, you're too scared to invest and all of that. I agree. But immediately open an IU savings account. It's your regular bank. It could be Capital One will give you 3.3%. Bank of America and Chase and Wells Fargo will give you 0.01%. Put in the comment section how much you are getting from your bank if you are in the United States. And for your country, if you're in other countries, because I have the YouTube and I have the TikTok community together, right? It puts whatever country that you are. My friend from California and my friend from Texas, put in the comment section. Let me know what you're getting from your banks, right? Queen B and all. Let me know what you're getting from your banks. So you're getting. I got 0.01 0%. God wants donated. 0%. Yes, I got. Okay, I think I'm better than you. I got 0.01%. But 0.1% is better than 0%, right? But you can open an IU savings account. Okay, IU savings account basically is your regular account, but these accounts give you 3.3%, give you 5%, give you 5.5%, give you, and simply go on Google, go and search top or best IU savings account in 2026, March 2026. And just basically look in there. Look at whichever one you are comfortable with. Go with it. And so for most of them, in as much as above 3%, you are good. Most of the time, just think about it. Thank you so much for the follow, Akonke. That's a beautiful name, by the way. Stephanie, Tammy, Lucky P, Akonke. Yeah. So just open that account today. You can open it online. Just go on Google. All right. Go on Google. Thank you for sharing the live. And we're talking about earners being broke by building. What can we do to build wealth? How do we stop it so that we can change that and make it, make us better? Okay. That's what we are talking about. Okay. So you're taking this money. You are saved, right? We understand number one is saving. When you save, you are taking some of it and you are investing it. You are putting it in an IU savings account, best IU savings account in March 2026. Go and open any one of them. There's Capital One that is 3.3%. If you like Mortar and Brick, you like Bank of America so much, then you can do that, right? Because you can easily walk to. So far is 4%. Which one is the other one? Vero, they said is 5%. Then there was another one. You can check with your credit union if you like your credit union as well. You can check with them and just open any of those accounts, and you will be good. Okay, to put it numerically. So because I love numbers, if you put $10,000, you put $10,000 towards it. You put it in your IU savings account. You get 3.3%. You get $330 every year. If you put it in a Vero, it's 5%. So that is, if you put 10,000, that is $500. That's free money that you can put towards investing. Free money you can put towards investing, and you get it every month. It's not, I'm not here to advertise any of those banks, but whichever one works for you, just open that account. Remember, if you put this one in Bank of America, this is $100. This $100, even in 20 years, you probably get $1. That's what you get. But on this $100, if you put it in an IU savings account at 5%, it means that you're going to be getting, is that $5? That's $5 that you're going to be getting every single year. All right? The same way, 10,000. Hi, Chim Love. Welcome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tapping out the live. Thank you for all the likes. I know we are all locked in, but let us keep tapping it. And thank you for sharing for sharing, and thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for the roses. And I have the YouTube community. I do have the TikTok on the other side, just in case you are hearing something. And TikTok as well. You might also be hearing some others as well, because I have two communities talk about efficiency, productivity, and making sure that we are reaching as many people to build wealth as possible. So number two is no asset strategy. Number one is lifestyle creep. Why do our eye earners, why do they get broke? Lack of strategy, lack of no asset strategy, just putting it in savings account. And I've given you one tip right now. IE savings account is one place that you can put your money. Is risk free. If you can put your money in the bank, then you can put your money, because they are banks and they are FDIC insured. Just make sure whichever account that you are opening in terms of IE savings account is FDIC. FDIC. It means that it is backed by the US uh, government, insurance, whatever, so that in case that you lose, if anything, the bank goes down, you are still going to get your money up to $250,000, right? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for subscribing if you haven't. And thank you for tapping out the like and for sharing the like so we can have more people come to learn. The other part of it that you also hear is that no, as part of no asset strategy, is retirement accounts. Most of my professionals or most of my eye earners, they either have to, when they tell you, the best they will do is, oh, we have money in savings. Good. Bank of America, Chase, right? Wells Fargo. Then the second thing is that I have my 401k, and that's where it ends. And we say that those, even though that's good, but it is not going to help you build wealth. You would, if you are putting a lot of money in your 401k, you will retire a millionaire. But what we are saying is that you will retire a millionaire at 59 and a half or at 65 or something like that. But guess what? At 65, at 59 and a half, can you wear a bikini? Sorry, can you wear a bikini at 59 and a half? I know you can wear it, but you are old. Is your body still agile at 65? Can you travel the world? Can you, like, if you're somebody like me that want to travel the world, I've been to 22 countries already, you know, are you able to do it? Do you have the health at 65? So if you're just putting money away in retirement, you are doing that. That is absolutely fantastic. That's number one step. But you also need to fund your present as well, because you want to be able to retire. If you want to retire early, you can retire early. The option of you are working because you want to work, two different things. All right. You are working because you want to work, not because you have to work to pay bills. Two different things. We have somebody, Mr. Gregory, and there was on the point B. Both of them are, one person retired at 52, another person retired at 53. That is what wealth is going. That's how you build wealth. So if you want to enjoy your life is not, I always say that your life, it's not just about working and making money. A lot of times, all of us are like, okay, just work and pay bills, work and pay bills. No, your life is beyond that. Life is definitely beyond working and making money. There's you, if you love to travel, if you want to spend time with your children, if you, whatever thing that you want to do, there should be something outside of work that you can use in fulfilling your own purpose, because you have a life and a purpose. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing the life. So retirement is the other thing. Okay, keep on. You have to build the wealth. Yes, retirement is the second thing. And you might be saying that, oh, why is she so passionate? Yes, I'm passionate. I'm so passionate about it. Because I want as many. We are building a millionaire community. We're building a millionaire community. And I'm saying that if you follow the steps within this community, I'm not here to sell any product or anything. If you are within this community, the goal is that by 2036, if you follow the step, you should be a millionaire. So far, you start with an income of 6 figures, right? Income, either you are supplementing your income or you are increasing your skill, you are building just to get to that 6 figure. I tell you, with the strategy here, you are going to be a millionaire by 2036 if you follow it diligently, because it's worked for me and it's still working. If I have to play it again. All right, and it's worked for so many of my clients as well. Awesome. So Second thing is no strategy. Number one is lifestyle creep and lack of delayed gratification. We want instant gratification, okay? The second thing is no asset strategy, okay? But if you are all those two things, savings account and retirement account, that doesn't build wealth, right? It helps you with your future. You can be a millionaire for millionaire for retiree or something. They have a name they call them, a millionaire at retirement, right? But we want to even be earlier. And if you put money in savings, trust me, that's even the worst, except you have some in IE savings account. And number three, why are earners broke? Why do they get broke? All right. Okay, why did they get broke? One stream of income. Okay, that's the other part of it. We just keep it to just that one stream of income. Everything is just relying, and if their income is no longer there, there's nothing to fall back on. That's another one. The other one is no wealth system. Okay, no asset system, no wealth system. We always think that wealth is random. We do not have the sufficient education to say, okay, this is the process that you should follow. You want to build wealth, this is step one, two, three, or four, because no one taught us this. Nobody's fault. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for all of the likes, and thank you for the follow. So the wealth in itself is not random. You have to be intentional. Wealth will not just come to you to say, "Oh, you know what? I love you. I embrace you." No, it doesn't work like that. Like that. Just the same way, if you never if you did not go to school, the school will not come to your house. That's the same way you have to learn about wealth building. Thank you for everybody that just came in, and we're talking about why are earners broke? Why do they get broke? And what are the steps? What do we need to change? How do we stop that so that we can start building wealth as good income earners, right? All right. So, having said that, wealth isn't random. We already know that wealth isn't random because you have to be intentional about putting some of your income aside, right? Okay. Then you have to be intentional about saving, not just saving. You are intentional about putting it in investment. And then you also have to be intentional about the investment you put it in, that it's not the kind of investment that you are going to lose it, because that's even another thing. And I know that that's one of the biggest issue that a lot of us, our income earners, that's why they don't even want to do anything. They just want to stay safe. Okay. But wealth is built in this sequence. You have your income, and back to my triangle, your income here. Then you use it. If you do, this is how wealth is actually built. Your income here, then you have asset here. Okay, this asset is going to generate cash flow. Asset, and what are assets? Anything that you put your money that's going to generate income from you. So you put money, getting a degree, or maybe not a degree, getting another skill and paying for it could be an asset. If the return on investment is going to be way higher, right? Buying real estate or investing in real estate, buying simple ETFs is another asset. Anything that is you can invest money in and is going to return money to you. So, for instance, a car can be an asset, it can be a liability. If you use the car, you buy it and you put it for rental, right? Car rental, that's an asset because it's generating income from you. You are using it for a business. Or you put your money into a business and it's generating money for you. Or like the IU savings account I talked about earlier, right? You put money and it's generating little, 3 to 5%. Okay? That's our asset. And guess what? It gives you cash flow. Anything that gives you cash flow. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tapping out the live. Any good IU savings account suggestion? So I mentioned Capital One is 3.3%. Vero is somebody got in this community last 2 weeks ago. He said 5%. SoFi is 4%. Okay, the last that I checked. But you can also check best IU savings account March 2026 on Google or ChatGPT. Let them be your friend. I always say anything you find on social media, trust but verify. Trust, okay, great. Trust but verify, because there's so many BS on this space, and you need to sort the quality information. quality information so that because guess what? You work too hard for your money than to lose it. So whatever anybody tells you, go and Google and confirm it. Let it be corroborated. Let the facts be corroborated. Okay. So number one is how do you build wealth system? And that's the problem that most high income earners don't have. High income earners, they don't have a wealth system. So what is the wealth follows a sequence. The first one is what? Thank you for subscribing. And we're talking about how to build. I mean, why are earners? Why did they get broke? And how can we fix it? So we are talking about it. No wealth system. The sequence of wealth is income first, asset after. You put it towards assets. Then it generates cash flow. Okay, cash flow. That cash flow is what gives you the freedom that you need. But for you to get there, most earners, what we do is we get income, then we fund lifestyle. That's what we just do. Income, we do lifestyle. Wealth can never be built that way. And that's part of the reason. So far requires direct deposit to get the 4%. Okay. So put the direct deposit. You don't have to put all your income. You don't have to do everything. You can split your paycheck, by the way. So if you have to get direct deposit to another place. Okay. So the right wealth system is what? Income, asset, then it gives you cash flow, and that is how you get freedom. Because guess what? Out of all those things, there's nothing that requires you to be there. Salary or income requires you to be there. It requires you to be there. But if you go through assets, you put your money towards assets, it goes towards your it starts giving you cash flow, and then that is how freedom is gotten. That's how you get your freedom, because you don't have to be there. It's your money. Maybe you would have heard me say this, or you would have heard this. Let your money be working harder than you do. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for subscribing. Pump House, thank you so much for sharing the live. Cross Lane, thank you so much for sharing the live. So, if you, okay, Shame Lost Stephanie G's, Tammy Cruise Lane, Yannick, Wa Akonke, Salitio, Moto, Loku, AC. So, what I'm saying is that you have to, guess what? You have to have, when you get your income, put some of it towards assets, and then it gives you cash flow, and that is how financial freedom is built. Okay, that is how financial freedom is built. So if you're asking, so number 3 thing is why the high earners are broke is because they just take the income and they put it towards lifestyle. They did not put it towards asset that is going to give cash flow, that is going to give the financial freedom. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for tapping out the live and sharing the live so that some other people can come learn about it. So now let's talk about what actually builds wealth. So you would have been wondering, okay, Dr. Lina, you said asset. Okay, you said like asset. And by the way, if you are just meeting me for the first time, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm a serial real estate investor. My day job, I'm a vice president of technology, and I also do adjunct teaching, where I teach kids, students, AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and all of those things around technology. So I manage double-digit real estate portfolio. So just in case you're wondering what gave you the authority to talk about it, I've been in corporate America for over 18 years. And of course, I have also been investing for so many years. So I'm just teaching my knowledge, sharing my knowledge with others so that they can also achieve the same thing that which everyone is chasing: freedom, financial freedom. Okay, step up and step away, end the paycheck to paycheck cycle. That's what I am just here giving back to the society. That's all that is. So if you haven't subscribed, consider doing that. If you haven't followed, consider doing that, because I tell you, we are building a millionaire community. The same thing, I'm closing the knowledge gap between what they did not teach us in school, which is building wealth. All that they taught us in school was basically what they taught us how to earn, but they did not teach us how to become owners. Owners, two different things. It's only assets, it's only ownership that can help you build wealth. Ownership helps you to build wealth. Okay, so understand that. So what actually builds wealth? Ownership. All right, we talked about asset ownership. Okay, if you keep earning, there's something that I read somewhere. They said the owner of the company would earn more, at least more than 10 times more than the highest paid employee. So it means the CEO, let's assume the CEO is earning $1 million. It means the owner of the company is earning $10 million. So you want to move from being an earner to an owner. So how do we build wealth? Number one, asset. I talked about asset, and you've been wondering, okay, so what asset, Dr. Lina? I talk about simple things, not things that I'm not, if your goal is get rich quick scheme, I'm not here. This is not for you. I talk about simple things that a Warren Buffett talks about. All right, that is going to build wealth consistent. So simple ETF. So when they ask Warren Buffett, and if you are wondering who Warren Buffett is, they call him the Lord of Investing because he has over 1.6 billion or something. His company is Hathaway, right? Hathaway. That's his company. You can search him up. It's when they asked him, Mr. is 96 right now, I think he's pretty old. When they asked him, where do we put our money? So remember, you have worked, you have saved some of it. Now, this one that you have saved, okay, you are going to be putting some of them in simple ETFs. So go on Google right now if you can and search, where does the wealthy put their money? Okay, trust but verify. Number one, you would see ETF and index funds. Number two, you would also see real estate. You will also now see some other things like venture capital. You see some things like towards the end you will see like a crypto. Those are for even people that younger generation. That's what you would see. But the first two is index fund and real estate. I mean, index funds, yeah, or ETFs or real estate. Those are the first two that you'd see. So you are taking this money, you have put some of them, you are supposed to, this is how wealth is now built. ETFs, simple ETFs like S&P 500. So you're wondering, so what is ETF? ETF is a basket of, or a bouquet of stocks or shares, whatever you call it, shares or stock. All right, a bouquet of shares or stock. A stock is like you owning a part of a company. So Amazon, for instance, or Apple phone, right? Apple company, you want to own a part of it. Okay, so you use your money towards buying. So maybe $10, $100, whatever dollars you have. You say that, okay, these I own an Apple share. I own Amazon share, right? But ETF, on the other hand, is so many companies. Top 500, for instance, is an S&P 500. Top 500 companies in the United States, right? You are buying everything with just that your $100. It means that what that helps you to do, or why you might wonder, so why should I not buy one versus that 500 or whatever? There's a reason why the world they put their money in there. That's number one. So if you want to build wealth, you want to study what the world did, the people that have been successful. That's why people get mentors, right? You want to study what they are doing, because the chances of you getting the same result, if you follow the step by step, you would achieve the same thing, is very high. Okay, so number one, what is the reason why do they invest in a simple ETF? Or when they ask Warren Buffett why, it's because you diversify your risk. One is 500 is better than one. So what if Amazon, something happens tomorrow, for reason everybody decide to boycott Amazon and Amazon goes down? It means that your money goes down with it. But guess what? If you have Amazon, but Apple at the same, if Amazon goes down, there's Apple, there's the Nvidia, there's there's other 499 companies. What does this simply mean? It simply means that you are spreading your risk, right? I personally lost money into individual stock like penny stocks, day trading, options trading. I did all of that and I lost money. And that's when I tried to figure out what is the best way of building wealth. Or that's what prompted me to do the research that, how do I build wealth? And that's how I came on Google and I searched and I realized, oh, this is how you build it the right way. Okay. So ETF is just a basket, like an S&P 500 is a basket or a bouquet of top 500 companies in America. You are diversifying your risk, and of course, you are enjoying the income across board. This has returned averagely between 8 to 12% in the past 10, 20, 30 years. So it's like almost, I mean, remember it's averagely. So this would help you. You can, if you're a beginner investor or you are scared, because one of the things I've always heard was, oh, I don't want to invest. The reason why I don't want to invest this is because I don't want to lose it. Even if you see the comments on my 400,000 views on IG on the post, my last post, right? If you haven't followed on IG, consider doing that. And if you haven't subscribed on YouTube as well, it's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. And likewise as well, TikTok and Instagram is Money. And you can see my latest post with almost 400,000 views, right? In 3 days. I think this is the third day. Now, some people would say, I'd rather keep this than lose it, which I agree. However, you can put it in safe vehicle like ETF because it has returned 8 to 12%, not so much, but averagely for the past 10, 20, 30 years. So you can just leave it for another, that understanding that for another 30 years, you can averagely return 10% averagely. I put in between, right? 10% on this money for another 30 years. By the way, if you start investing $100, you put it in a Roth IRA, you put it $100 in brokerage for another every single month from the age 20. Hi, G Gary. Let me know where you're 0%. Let me know where you're connected from. Thank you for subscribing. So if you put this $100 every single month, you start from age 20. So if you have children or if you're young right here, and you put it in retirement, you have $1,146,000. So easy way to become a millionaire with just $100. Okay. Now, and you can put it in a Roth IRA, by the way, and that's how easy. You don't even need to think. In the same S&P 500 giving you 10%. Use compound interest calculator, investor.gov. You can use it to calculate whatever thing I've said right now so that you can verify. I always say trust but verify. Go and do the calculation yourself. You don't need to go on Google compound interest calculator and put it there and you'll see the numbers, right? So S&P 500, simple ETF. Okay, that's number one. Another ETF where I put my money in S&P 500. And what is the ticker symbol? That's the next question. VOO, IVV, the last one is SPY. Those three. Mexico, hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, and we are talking about why are our earners, why do they get broke, and how do we fix it? Okay, that's what we are talking about. So welcome and thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the follow, and thank you all for all of the likes. Awesome. So that's number one. Number two is real estate. And a lot of time people are like, I'm too afraid for, okay, back to ETFs, by the way. So we talked about the first one is S&P 500. The second one that I also talk about is S&P 500. The second one is NASDAQ 100. So like a QQQ technology, that has returned 18 to 22%. This one is high risk, high return. It fluctuates, okay? It fluctuates, so it's just for you to balance your portfolio, to just put a little bit of risk in there, but it's not also mean that you're going to. Everybody knows that technology is the future. It can only get better, and here we are not doing get rich quick scheme. We are here for the long haul. It's all about time in the market over timing the market, okay? Time, because the rule of 72 says your money doubles its value every 7 years. Okay, so then the third, okay, first is S&P 500, second is NASDAQ 100, like a QQQ, third is SCHD. So you want to have some cash flow, so that's through dividends. Like an SCHD, you can always invest in that as well. You get dividends, and dividends, how does that one work? Dividend simply means that you are sharing part of the profits every year. So companies like a Procter and Gamble, a Johnson and Johnson, they call them dividend kings because they have paid dividends for the past 100 years. So you are just not just getting increment on your investment, you are also getting a share of the profit from the company, owning that company. So that's the other third one. The other part of it, and it's going to be REIT. REIT is or the fourth is REIT. REIT is ETF for real estate. Remember when I said, where does the multi-millionaire and the billionaires, where did they put their money? Number one was ETS that we just talked about. Number two was real estate. So number two, if you are just starting, right, and you want to put your money in investing, like in real estate. I know real estate can be intimidating, right? But you can buy simple ETF, or you don't have the down payment, you are just new to investing, you want to just put it in simple ETFs, like the REIT ETF for real estate. And that's how you. Oh, Pi 212, welcome. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Awesome. Thank you so much for the daily at me. And if you've been here for more than 5 minutes, consider getting your daily at me. You would be, I think it costs you a coin or a cent or something. And you can remember when you're taking it, you can claim it, I think up here. Is that up? Okay, right there. Claim your points whenever you're going, whenever either you do a gift or you make comments, or I think the other thing, the daily at me as well. You can be able to get your points. Don't forget to take up your point whenever you're leaving. All right. So real estate. Having said that, those are the four. And with the war that is happening, you can add a little bit of ETF for petroleum. You can have a little bit of ETF for gold. Okay. And maybe with Bitcoin coming down right now, you can have a bit, because those are the other things that I'm also putting into my portfolio. Remember, I'm also sharing what I am doing, and that's how you can actually build wealth. All these things that we have talked about. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Mr. Dollar Tree. Oh, Dollar Tree. Okay. Yeah, so just think about it. Everything that I'm saying right now. Guess what? Let's assume this $100. Remember, we started with the $200. This is 5 hours of somebody's life. I mean, okay, this is 10 hours of somebody's life. 10 hours of somebody's life. If you're earning, let's assume that you're earning, two $20 an hour, right? That's 10 hours of your life. That cannot be, that's what you traded for money. Okay. Now, let's assume that you use one for these $100. You use it to take care of yourself, pay bills, because you still have to pay bills. These other one that you put aside, this is the only thing, this is the one that builds wealth. This is liability. This takes from you. This is gone, right? Just think about, you eat food, you go to the bathroom. That's it. It's gone. It's like, but this is the one that's going to help you build wealth. All right. So this one that you're going to, you put it in the ETF. That's number one, where the multi-millionaires. So let's assume that you are generating 10%. I'm fine by 212. Welcome here. If you are putting this $100, let's assume that you put 10,000 in an S&P 500 last year. You actually returned 18% last year. It means that your money would have been $12,000. Omoluabi, welcome. How are you? Welcome. Thanks so much for the Go Popular. So, and thank you all for sharing the live and tapping out the live. And for the YouTube community, we have the TikTok on the other side as well, just in case you are wondering what's going on. And if you haven't subscribed, consider doing that as well. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the daily at me as well, Omoluabi. Welcome here. So this $100 is the only one that is growing. This one is gone it's gone. You can never get it back. That's half of your life gone. This other part, let it grow. Okay. If it grows, it can grow to the point that it can replace this all your life. That's you can replace it, and you are still generating this money. Remember, if let's assume you put $10,000, okay, you would have gotten 2,000. If it becomes 100,000, how much are you getting? You are getting $20,000. That's how wealth is. It means that with $20,000, it means that this is less work that you get. It means that you're almost getting $2,000, or that's 1,800 or 1,500, whatever, 1,500 every single month. That means your money is working harder than you do. It means that your money is working for you. You don't have to be there. Let's just using the S&P 500. Let's assume that you put $100,000. You got $20,000 back, right? 10% of 100 is 10,000. 20% is 20,000 for the year. 20,000 is what is short less of what you need to work. That is what your delayed gratification has helped you to build. That $2,000, that's $20,000. That is 2,000 cash flow for you, almost 2,000 cash flow for you every single month. So that is how you build wealth. But guess what? We were not taught in college. So it's not your fault. So if you are wondering, I never knew this, because I hear that every time. Is that what it takes? Yes, that's all it takes. I had a video that I did put, if you are able to save 225,000 between the age of 20 to 30, and you don't put $1 after, right? That's about 22,500 every single year for 10 years. You will have over $4 million at retirement. And somebody was like, is that all it takes? Yes. Use your calculator, investor.gov, compound interest calculator, and go do it yourself. You'll be wondering, how come nobody taught us in college? Trust me, if you're a millionaire, if all of us are millionaires, who is going to do that 9 to 5? Who is going to do it? That's the real question. So it's intentional. There's a reason. Nobody will do the work. Okay? So now you're getting the education and whatever you now do, because I can talk about this, Call to Leap can talk about it, Nisha can talk about it, Humphrey might talk about it. If you do not take action, you won't get the result. So it's about you understanding right now that it is not so difficult to become a millionaire. Millionaires are not created. They are not in another world. Thank you all for that just joined. Consider following if you haven't. Consider subscribing. And we are talking about what is keeping our earners broke. That's what we are talking about. And we are talking about the solution. Understanding that income pays bills is what to do with that, some of the income that can help you build wealth. Okay? That's what we are talking about today. Okay? So understanding that you put some of these in simple ETF or index funds, or you simply take some of this money and buy real estate. Okay? I always like diversification because there's always risk. If anybody tells you investing, there's no risk, they're lying to you. There would always be risk. Nobody saw 2008 bubble. Nobody saw it coming. But it happened. But guess what? Some of the people that lost them, today they are on the winning side. But if you don't take any action at all and you're just waiting, you will continue on the hamster wheel, the 9 to 5, paycheck to paycheck. You continue doing that to age 65, and then you do it, then your children will do the same thing again. But guess what? With this, you can doing this, understanding the risk, and then getting the returns, you would be able to start buying. You'll be able to buy your time, your freedom back. You will be able to buy your children's future and your children's, build generational wealth. And then maybe your children would also now be trust kid. We always say, oh, this person is a trust kid. Okay, yes, but their own family. Somebody, why are you not a trust kid? Why are we shaming people that are trust kids? Why can't your own children be trust kids? So work towards it. Now is your opportunity that even if you are not a trust kid, let your children also be, while you are also enjoying it. But you can do it with this income. Just take some of it, put some of it aside, and put it in solid investment. Stop picking and choosing. No, we are just going to buy simple ETF. It has returned 8 to 12% for the past 30 years. Just do that. And NASDAQ 100, real estate, just anything that's just simple. Remember, I'm not talking about day trading. I'm not talking about options trading. I'm not talking about penny stocks. I'm talking about solid ETF, like Warren Buffett said. Okay, so Another thing that you can put your money into is real estate. I love real estate a lot. Okay. So if you are just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm Doctor of Business and Technology, and I help professionals build wealth the right way. Okay. I'm a serial investor because I handle double-digit real estate portfolio. Okay. Aside from other things that I talked about when it comes to ETF. So I tell you exactly what I do. Okay. And I'm also a professor. I lecture AI, cybersecurity, and things around that, deep learning, and all of that. So my goal is to help professionals build wealth. Okay, so welcome here. And if you haven't followed, consider doing that because we are building a community of millionaires by 2036. Following the steps, so far you are starting with a decent income, or you are working towards getting a six-figure salary. So that's just the requirement. That's the goal. All right. The other part of real estate is one asset class that pays you in four different ways. All right. Remember, we talked about ETFs, right? Real estate pays you in four different ways. Real estate pays you, you use the tenant's money. Tenants pays you, buy a house using the bank's money. Tenant pays you, and then you use tenant's money to pay the bank, and then you get some. Thank you so much for the daily at me, Mike. Right? You use the tenant's income to pay for the bank, to pay the bank back their money. You are using bank's money, you are using tenant's money, but guess what? You are the one that owns the house. That is what real estate can do for you. And then you get a cash flow coming out of that. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for sharing the live, and thank you for tapping out the live. So that's one. Number two is equity. Equity basically means that you are, every time you pay back the bank the money, right? Anytime you pay back the bank money, it means that you are building your ownership, increasing your ownership in that property, and at the same time you are reducing your loan, your debt, basically. So let's assume that you have a 30 years mortgage. Every single year your tenant has been paying for 10 years. It means that you have equity of at least 10 years in terms of dollars, and this is real actual dollars. So a lot of time people would say, but it's just the building. No, it's not the building. It's real actual dollars. All right. Because you can do cash out refinance. You can do equity line of credit, in which you can use to buy another property, or you can use for another asset, not liability. Don't go and you take money and from a house and go and put it on the car. That's not what I'm saying. Right. So that's the second way, right? One is cash flow, two is equity. Number three is appreciation. And this is where I lose a lot of people. You want to be patient because I have proven it, I've tested it. You can go and get your Google to check it. Number three is appreciation. If you buy your property in the right places, okay? If you buy your property in the right place at the right time, you did not chase, you buy your property, it doubles its value every 10 years. The property we bought in 2017, this is 20, we bought in July 2017. As of today, it has doubled its value. It has doubled its value, even though it's not yet 10 years. So I'm not talking about people that bought, they were doing bidding war 3 years ago and all of that. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that bought decently, right? Your property, and you bought it in a decent neighborhood. Your property will double its value every 10 years. So that's the third way that real estate pays you, right? And the fourth one, which is good for my high income earners, this is the one that is always say sweet, right? This is the one that they call the occult. It's tax benefit, tax strategy. As an high income earner, some of us, it's around the corner, right? April 15, when it's time for you to start filing taxes. Some of us that do not have money anywhere, but then your tax consultant they would come and tell you, oh, you have to pay 15,000 back to IRS. You have to pay some 20,000, and you're already panicking that you don't have any money anywhere, right? Because you didn't plan for it. They've been deducting money every month, so you did not plan for it. Now, let's assume that you owe Uncle Sam 15,000 after they filed the tax. But with real estate, let's assume you bought a property last year, and you can go on Google. What can you claim as tax deduction? Go on Google in real estate. Property tax, you can claim it against your W-2. Interest, the interest that everybody's shouting about, you can claim it against your W-2. Vacancy of the house, that's a loss. you can claim it against your W2. There's a repair, HVAC got damaged, a roof flew off. If insurance is not paying, you can claim it against your W2. What does this simply mean in layman English? It simply means that let's assume that you're owing Uncle Sam IRS 15,000, okay? After you file your W2 and everything, you're owing 15,000. And then on this side, real estate, this is real estate. You had all of these things that I've talked about amounted to, let's say, by the time they plug it in, it amounted to maybe another 15,000. You don't owe Uncle Sam anything. If it's 17,000 and this one is 15,000, Uncle Sam owes you at this point. The difference between how wealth is built and a high income earner is because this person is going to still pay 15,000 without real estate or a business, right? Or a business. Just think about the business or anything, right? Business. This person is going to pay 50. Is going to be loss of 15,000. This person is going to be positive of 15,000 that can use. Now check with your tax consultant. This is not me saying it, or go on Google and search. I always say this: trust but verify. There is a lot of BS on this space. So go on Google and put it in comment. Dr. Lina, you are lying. Put it right now before we close. We still have another 15 minutes. Okay? I always get my facts right. Okay? And I tell you exactly what I do. This is not any violation. You are not doing anything. This is within the tax code. Remember, the wealthy takes care of themselves. There's some things that you might say, oh, Mr. President has done wrong. Oh, he's done this. But on this one, remember, he owns what's it called? Trump Tower. He owns this. That's why he's not paying some of those taxes. And your own tax might be higher than his own taxes. And you'll be wondering, oh, you know what? No, he's doing this, he's cheating. No, it's within the tax code. He didn't do anything wrong. He's just using what the tax code is. So that's the other part of it. And the other beautiful one that came with the big, beautiful bill. Remember, I told you the wealthy always take care of themselves, right? The other thing that came with it's the accelerated depreciation. So even though, remember, I said property, it appreciates every 10 years, right? Every 10 years. But in the books, right? I'm a chartered accountant as well, right? In the books, you would realize that in the bank states, in the balance sheet, there is something called plant, equipment, and machinery on the asset side, and there's also the building, there's goodwill, all those kind of things. The part of the building, it means that I think it can depreciate up to 30 years. It simply means that the building is supposed to destroy, or how do you put it, lose its value, or not just value, it's going to be fully damaged, or no longer be put to use after 30 years. But we know that that's not true. Property actually goes up, in real market value goes up, right? But in the books, it's expected that it becomes zero after 30 years. What this simply means, if you use the straight line value, it means that for a property that is, let's say, 300,000, you bought it 300,000, it means that you can actually claim a depreciation of 10,000 every single year, basically. And then if you do reducing balance, just the same way as it says, reducing balance, you keep doing it that way. Now, with the big beautiful bill, you can do accelerated depreciation. There's also something called bonus depreciation. I'm not a tax consultant. There's also something called bonus depreciation. All of those things, it simply means that you can, I don't know the tax code, but you can take as much, accelerate the depreciation. So instead of you depreciating 13,000 every single year for, it's 300,000 over 30 years, right? It's going to now be 10, you can accelerate maybe 10 years to say that, okay, I'm claiming 100,000 this year, even though the property was just bought this year. And you claim it as for your tax, whatever. So that's the benefit of real estate. So those are things, and these are tax strategy. Also, you probably would have heard about G-Wagon story. G-Wagon story, or you hear your friend say, I had to buy G-Wagon, and you're wondering, within the tax code, I think property cars that if you use 50% of a car that is above 9,000 pounds, I think 9,000 pounds, you can actually claim it, even though you have just bought it this year, but you can claim the entire value of the car. So let's say the car is 200,000, you can claim it in year one. So far you can say, okay, you use it 50% of the time for the business. I mean, Dr. Leah, you're super in your lecture. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm just sharing. I mean, I'm just sharing what I do. That's why it comes free, And I just, yeah. But thank you so much. That really. So we understand now what actually build wealth. Number one, ETFs. Two, real estate. Three, businesses. Four, tax strategy. If you do all these things, trust me, how are you not going to be a millionaire? How? How? It simply means that if you can take some of your income, delayed gratification, take some of your income. If you earn 100,000 after tax, take 50,000, put it towards investing. You might say, "Oh, you know what, Dolina? How is that even possible?" It is possible. It is. It is. Stop. Don't be carried away because your friend bought Mercedes. You want to also buy Mercedes. Wait for 10 years or wait 5 years. You can still buy a decent car. You don't have to do not go into competition. Just to go into that bank statement for the last 60 days and just review your bank statement, and you would see that you would cough out the money that we're talking about. But because you don't want to, you want it now. Everybody wants it on a fast lane. That's the same way people were losing money. That's how I lost money to day trading and penny stock. I lost almost 100 grand. Yeah, thank you so much for the follow. Save for your future. Oh, I love that. But guess what? We would not just save for the future. We are saving for the present too, right? I was telling everyone, and if you haven't followed me on Instagram, you can go and see my latest post. I just had $100 bill, and it's almost $400,000 right now. 400,000 views. It's gained 400,000 views. Because I just said, this literally is somebody's life for 10 hours. $200 is somebody's life. And when we start thinking about money that way, you realize that before you spend, you think, how many hours of my life is this? So you will basically use your money to fund needs, not wants. Two different needs. Needs, not wants. Understanding that it's your salary, it pays some bills. But when you take some of it and you use it to fund assets, that's how you can finance freedom. That's how you can get your freedom from this 9 to 5. I'm not saying you should leave your job, no. But take some of it and work because you want to, not because you have to pay bills. Your life is not just here to pay bills. You have a life outside of work. Okay? We have a life outside of work, and this is not too low. And that's why I say high income earners, be it doctor, be it lawyers, be it you're earning 500,000. Even if you're earning 500,000, if your bill is 499,000 and somebody is earning 100,000 and is putting 50,000 away, the person is richer than you, because, my dear, you are broke. It's not about, yes, the income helps, but it's what you do with it and put towards assets. That's what builds wealth. Okay? So, what actually builds wealth? ETFs, simple ETFs, right? S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, dividends income, all of that, REITs. That's what builds wealth. Number two is real estate. Buy it right. Buy it as an investor, not buying it as an homeowner. Okay? That is the second. Three, businesses, a laundromat, vending machine, all of those kind of things are things that you can do. And of course, make sure that you are benefiting from the tax strategies. Use the tax strategies, tax codes to your benefit. Do not leave any money on the table. Remember, this dollar is your life. Because you have traded your life for the money. My dear and sheriff friend and sister. Hey, Mr. Gregory. Oh, see, I mentioned someone that is retiring, that is retired at 22, that 52. That's him. That is him right there. That is him. Right. So people are retiring. There's no status quo. They just lie to us to say, okay, work till 59 and a half, and then, and work till 65. If work because you want to work, I'm not saying that you should not, but work not because you want to pay bills. You can retire and say that, you know what, because now the retirement, it comes when you have an asset that is going to pay you something equal to what your active income, your earning, your salary, your paycheck, what it pays you. So if you're earning $10,000, if you have an asset, either ETF, business, real estate, if you have it, then now start paying that 10,000 every month. My dear, you can retire because it means your bill is already taken care of and you still have leftover. Dividends, welcome. Welcome. Thank you all for the likes and thank you for sharing the live. So that is it. Please remember, salary pays bills. It's what where you put some of it. Salary pays bills, right? Say that again, please. Okay. So what I'm saying is that, oh, you're going back to work after 16 years of retirement. I'm setting up my website. Oh, that is business, Mr. Gregory. That's business. That is not. That is business. So what I'm saying is that, Tammy, what I said is that it's your salary is what you do with. So salary pays bills is what you pay, use some of it to do that can buy asset that will give you freedom. Remember, and I think I lost. Retirement. Okay, retirement happens. You don't have to. It's government or whatever that puts a certain age to retirement. Retirement can happen anytime when your asset, right? This asset, ETF, real estate, businesses, if it can if you can replace that income. So let's assume your income is 10,000, right? And your this asset is not able to generate that 10,000 and more. Then you have the option of retiring. You don't have to. You do not. Okay? So salary pays bills, but asset is what can buy you that your financial freedom. Thank you all for the following. Thank you for thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for Pi 2 want to thank you for the Go Popular. Really appreciate that because it just helps this community become more popular, and that's you paying forward so that some other people can come and learn about their wealth building. I want to teach my brothers and sisters to buy, invest real estate. I will show them everything. Absolutely. So let me give you my own instance. How did I get to, like I said, I'm a serial investor, right? And this is me wrapping up, right? You're wondering, okay, so Dr. Lina, how did you get into it? You said, and if you are just meeting me, I'm a doctor of business, right? So because somebody asked me that question previously in YouTube, said, Dr. Lina, are you a doctor? Are you a Dr. Lina, are you a PhD holder? Yes, I'm a PhD holder. I'm a doctor of business and technology. Okay. But my first degree, because I believe if you've been here with me for a couple, for some minutes and you are locked in, then you should also know me. My bachelor's is in economics, but I'm also a chartered accountant. Then I got my master's, my doctorate in business and technology. I'm a vice president of technology, been in corporate America for over 18 years. And of course, I also do the part of academics, teaching AI cybersecurity and deep learning and all of those things, just to also help some other build knowledge. I would also start teaching business very soon, in the school, in the college as well. So basically, the other part of me is I invest in real estate. That's what I can talk to you about. And I do talk about investing a lot, not just in real estate, also ETFs and everything that I talked about. Anything I talk about, trust me, I am doing it. I am doing it basically. All right. So, how did I get into real estate? Okay. Or how did I get into investing? So, the first thing, if you had met me, that I lost close to like 100,000 doing penny stock, options trading and day trading. My friend lost 50,000 to Tesla trading, Tesla, right? Options trading. She lost she lost actually 50,000, right? That's what she lost within a space of 1 week. And for me, I said investing is, losing money. Yes, it was a big deal because that's a lot of money. But at the same time, I realized that, you know what, not investing in itself, inflation is eating away your money. I hope you know, if you're just keeping your money in the bank or you're putting it under the pillow, you know that inflation, you're losing 3% almost every single year to inflation. So you are not growing the money, you are losing it, trying to protect it and not invest in it. So understanding that, that's when I started doing research about, what I said earlier, Warren Buffett, where does the multimillionaire put money and all of that. And I started doing ETFs. Then the money started growing. Of course, I'm working, I'm earning decently. And the money started growing, and I realized that there has to be other ways. And then I started putting money in 529. Who puts money in 529 here? Because I'm a mother and I love, I love children, and I love the younger generation, because that's how the community is built, right? So I was trying to put money in 529, but it wasn't making sense. I did year 1, year 2. I was like, this thing, is it that it was going down? It wasn't just making sense. So I stopped, and I just kept money aside, but I realized that just putting money aside, it still doesn't generate results, right? And I figured out, okay, so what are the other ways? Remember, I'm doing ETFs, I'm doing 401k. The only thing I wasn't doing at that time was Roth IRA, because I was maxing out. And by the way, 401k, max it out to whatever your employer is matching, 3%, 5%, whatever. Match it. Try to also do Roth IRA if you qualify for it. And if you don't qualify, think of about put the money in brokerage and use backdoor Roth IRA. That's the other way, so that you can, because it grows tax free, unlike the 401k, right? If your money grows from 100,000, it becomes 1 million. That 1 million is what you get at retirement without any tax. So consider that it's just a wealth engine. So with the 529, I realized that, okay, it wasn't working. And I just thought of it. I was like, is there a way I can buy property for each kid, and use that money that I'm supposed to put in 529, use it towards a deposit of for a house. And then the tenant is going to be paying me every single month, and I'll be saving the money towards the kids' education. And if the child decide not to go to, if the child gets a scholarship, you don't even have an option. You have to go. If the child gets a scholarship, when they're getting married, or if they want to start their own practice, they want to be a medical doctor or whatever they want to do, it's going to be a gift to them, because they've worked ended, right? Building another generation of wealth builders, right? So that's how I got into real estate, because I'm using tenants' money to pay off the mortgage. And I know that, okay, 18 years, I would have almost paid it off. Okay, putting extra. And even if I've not paid it off, I can simply take cash out finance or take equity line of credit and use the money to pay to fund the kids' education. I still have the property. Remember, the property would have almost tripled its value in 20 years. And that's how I got into real estate. And really, it has not failed. And we started with one like that to, double digits is what we have as of today. Would I tell you there's no challenges? Yes, there is challenges, because, I had 3 evictions last year. Yes, but just with like any other business. But for years, we never had eviction. And that's part of my why of coming here, because I saw a lot of good families lose their job last year, right? They lost their job last year. And because of that, I had 3 evictions, because they could not pay their bills, which is another thing we're going to be talking about, sometime this week. How do we, what should you do? Okay. Because, and everything that we've talked about right now, ensuring that putting something aside. Imagine those families that lost their income. Remember, the first thing that we said was income, just trusting, just having one stream of income. This is going to help you, have some financial peace that, okay, let's even assume that, let's even it happens, income lost, you still have assets that is producing for another 3 months, another 6 months, right? You are still able to take care of yourself. And that's what I want to also say today. If you don't have an emergency fund, have an emergency fund. Start with 1 month. Emergency fund is your basic need, your housing, rent or mortgage, your utilities, your food, groceries, and your car, transportation, or bus passer. Just start with 1 month. That's it. Then after, increase it to 3 months, 6 months, just in case. Once you have that, you have financial peace. You have financial peace. And really, that's it. Just ensure that your money is basically working harder than you do. Because right now we have real estate. If I want to work, I can decide to work. If I decide not to work, I can, because you have income that is coming from the asset, because that's almost like an additional paycheck. All right. So tomorrow we'll be talking about something different again. So if you're thank you all for sticking around with me. I am here from, I think it's almost like 12:30, 12:40. You catch me here 12 every day Central Time. And I talk about different topics, just to help us build wealth. Goal, like I said, is building a millionaire community. So if you haven't followed, you want to follow, because we are building community of millionaires. If you really enjoyed it, I'm kidding. If I yeah Yes, that's it. We're talking about, if you want me to talk about skills, how can you increase your skill, because the requirement, right? Because I would not lie to you, the requirement is, I would say, at least a six-figure salary, anything above 100,000, because that's where it starts. And I did show it like 4 weeks ago. How do we, I'm a doctor, I have integrity, right? To a name to it, right? So how do we achieve it? I have already created it. You know, how do we use real estate is going to be a part of it. ETFs will be a part of it. That's how we're going to build that million. 1 million is what, 1 million by 2036. 1 million by 2036, using all of this strategy. Or is that savings in a way? Grow. Okay, hold on one second. Explain emergency fund. Emergency fund is your bill, right? Four things: your rent or mortgage, your house, your car note, or your transportation, bus pass or whatever, your groceries, and your utilities. Those four things for 1 month. But you want to grow it to 3 months, 6 months, okay, if you can, right? And if you are self-employed, or a business owner, you want to even have 1 year, just in case the business doesn't go well, okay? You want to keep it in an high yield savings account generating 3 to 6%. The goal of your emergency, just as it says emergency, in case there's an emergency, you have this money there. It gives you financial peace, such that you will not be like my tenants that got evicted from their house, even though they worked with IBM for 23 years. Okay, so that's the goal. You put it. Tammy, I hope that is explained, since they are my monthly. So it's just 1 month or two, depending on the. So if you have done 1 month, let your target be 3 months. So you start contributing towards it. Then once you get to 6 months, then you end it. You are good. Put it in an IE savings account. Yeah. Okay. Hope everyone, please be careful with the terrible stuff. Yes, yes. God bless you all. Thank you so much, Mr. Gregory, for bringing that out. That's part of the emergency we are talking about. Hope it's not weak integrity. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I am a doctor of business. Well, I'm not taking anybody's money right here. I have not introduced any. I never talked about any product. By the way, if you are just saying me and you think that you want to have a one-on-one, you can easily get a one-on-one. I think the link is in the bio. All right. And am I saving the emergency fund away? Not using it to pay. You are not using it. No, it's for the rainy days, Tammy. It's for the rainy days. So it's different from your normal bills. And maybe this week, sometime this week, we talk about the 4 account system. Emergency fund is one of the account system. Your regular bills, another account system. So we're going to be talking about the 4 account system that is going to help you build wealth, to help you succeed. Because if you are just seeing your money, you think that you are making money, but you are still struggling, it means that you don't have structure. So the structure that you have is going to help you build wealth. Our Finance Academy, how are you today? Awesome. But that's an amazing question, Tammy. But you put that money in an IE service account. Remember, it's for safety, it's for emergency, so you don't want to put it in stock market, such that that's not when the stock market is down and you're panicking to go and sell, and because of that you lost money. Okay, this one you're putting it in IE savings account. All right, just check best IE savings account, March 2026. Then you can, whatever one that you feel comfortable with, should be between 3 to 5.5%. Anyone within that range, just make sure that it's FDIC insured, and you're good to go. Okay. Any other question? Can we take our 401k and invest? Get education first, right? I'll typically not say that you touch your 401k, right? But I can tell you that if you get the right education and you put it in real estate, it's going to definitely grow faster. All right, depending. Let me not say definitely, because I don't know the stock market tomorrow. It might just get better and things can. But with real estate, with what I've seen so far, the real estate is doing better because it pays me in four different ways, even if it's just the tax benefit. But I would not say you should do anything with your 401k unless you have gotten solid education. If you can get money from other places, invest in the real estate first, or remember, then when you say invest it, remember, it looks like I'm here alone. I can't see comments. I can't see Lina, but I can hear. I'm sure it's my set. Oh, sorry about that. We have the YouTube community on the other hand. That's why, in case you're wondering. So can we take forward? Yeah, I believe you're saying invest in real estate because when you say 401k, 401k is already in the stock market, right? It's already there. So, but if you're saying that we want to put it in real estate, get solid education, right? First, before, because we don't want to lose it. That one is for your future. We cannot afford to lose anything. Real estate pays in four different ways. How? So, number one, it pays you via cash flow. So, landlord, I mean, you buy a house using the bank's money, then you buy a house using bank's money. Tenant pays you every single month. Let's say 2,000 is what tenant pays you, but you're supposed to pay the bank 1,500. The difference between the two, $500, is cash flow, right? Right. So that is number one, cash flow. Number two is every time that you pay the bank the 1,500 back, right? That is also that you're reducing your loan and increasing your ownership on the property, right? Which is real cash as well. That's what is called equity. That's the second way it pays you. Number three is appreciation. Real estate doubles its value statistically. Search it every 10 years. So a property that you bought for 200,000, by 2036, it should be worth 400,000 if you buy it in the right place, yeah, and you buy it right. Okay. Then number four is tax benefit. The fact that you have tax benefit, you have real estate, you are able to claim a lot, reducing your taxes from your W2 because of as a result, either W2 or 1099 or your business or whatever, you can claim it. That's how that's how it pays you. And these are like real lots of money. All right. Any other question? I hope I was being able to add value today. Put in the comment. Let me know. I always want to know if I had value because that's what keeps me going. I want to be inflow, equity, tax benefits, and appreciation. Yes, absolutely. You got it. You got it. I hope I was able to add value. I was able to help, right? I was able to help one or two people, you know, and you can also confirm that this is the reason, like why the I join a community? Just you can subscribe. You can send me a message. Yeah, and you can. I haven't. I need to. Okay, I think I need to have a community. Somebody is asking on YouTube. Do we join a community? I am here every 12:40. I have not. I think I need to build a community. And when I say community, I'm just saying that the people that are following me. But I think at this point I would build the MTDL, Money Talk with Dr. Lina community. I'll build that, and I know that I also will be doing some free. I keep saying it, some free training on real estate, how to buy real estate, how to buy real estate, how to buy real estate. Yeah, I will be doing that either end of this month or early April. But I just need to find the time to do the structure, just to have it out. We at the community, you are absolutely no. This is coming from my friend in God's word domain. Yeah, it's coming from YouTube because we have two communities together. Thank you so much for the Go Popular. Really appreciate that. Awesome. Yeah, but I think I'll create that so that we can. Thank you so much, Pike 212, so much for the Go Popular because that definitely helps this community become popular. Awesome. So I'll build it in. By the way, my friend, if you want, I don't know if you're on TikTok as well. Use Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and on Instagram. And if anybody cares to listen, or you're interested, you can go on Instagram as well. You would see my post. My last post is almost at 400,000 views right now, which is pretty exciting. And you see some craziness there as well, because whatever we are talking about, it shows the lack of financial literacy that we have. People say, "Oh, you know what? The money is too small," and but they just totally forgot what we are even talking about, which is, even though how much you earn helps, but it's how much you keep that you build towards investing, use towards investing. That's how wealth is created. But just go. It's just been interesting. I've read over 1,000. I have the last I checked, it's over 1,000 comments. So it's very, very interesting. Yeah. So, but that's on Instagram. So consider following as well over there as well. And my YouTube channel is Money Talk with Dr. Lina. I have long form videos there that would help you. So subscribe. That's how you can support. Okay. And that's how you can also learn, because we have long form videos there that would help you. It's static, so you can always, everything I'm talking about right now, you can always go back and learn. I'm waiting for the business part. That's my main department. What do you mean by fire? Because you're Igbo, right? Okay. Well, there's no business part here right now. Maybe in the future, but right now it's just for us to add value. Add as many. Everything is not all about money, right? Even though the money is good, but being able to add value to people's life, right? Because whoever I've helped today, they're going to become millionaires. They're going to build more wealth. They're going to pass it on to more people. Guess what? When we build wealth, right, the crime will reduce because the poverty will go down. Lower poverty, lower crime. And that's how we build a better community, better society. In my own little way, even if it's just 15 or 30 people, I know I contributed, because that's what God wants us to do. Okay. Bless others, because I have been blessed. Okay. Even though I paid to learn about real estate, I'm giving it freely. Okay. One time I'm going to be giving it, training everyone across board. That's why I need to do it outside of all of the 3 platforms or 4 platforms where I exist, so that we are in take 2 days to teach how to buy real estate, because it has helped me. It has blessed me. All right. Last time, we need money to make value and information. Absolutely. Of course, if I do not have income right now, or if I've not built wealth for myself, I cannot even be sitting here talking to you, because I'll be thinking of my next bill, or I'll already be running back to work right now, because I would have passed my normal work hours, right? My lunch hour. Yes. That's Mr. Gregory that is retiring at 52 as well. Thank you. I need to go. All right. Okay, everyone. Have a good one. I have to go to, I have school runs to do. And well, ensure that your money is working harder than you do. Well, I love you all. See you tomorrow, and stay blessed. How do you talk to me one on one? Go on the link in the bio. You can see the what's it called? You see the one on one coaching, or one on one time. You can book a time right there. Okay. All right. Well, have a good one. Bye. Bye, my friend Godward. Bye, my friend Godward. I don't know what's going on, but we're wrapping up right now. I'm here 12:30, by the way, 12:30 Central Time, and we can definitely connect again. Be back. I would be always be here, even if it's just one person. Whoever we can bless, we bless. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you were able to learn 1 or 2 things and engage in. Thank you so much. All right. Maybe tomorrow the connection will be better. All right. Have a good one. Let your money